Hello everyone, my name is Rostayasen. Um, I will begin presenting our group lesson plan by introducing to you our topic, which is the causes and effect of flood. This is a 2-hour lesson plan that will be conducted at SMK Tenghilan, Tuaran, and for the Form 1 UMS students. And we are focusing on the speaking skills, which the focus skill is to communicate feelings clearly, and the content standard is communicate information, ideas, opinions, and feelings intelligibly on familiar topics. The prior knowledge is the student have already learn how to communicate a point of view clearly, where they explain and give reason for simple advices. And the cross-curricular element is language. For the learning objective, we are focusing on student ability to communicate meaning, to register appropriately, to use appropriate communication strategies, and to communicate appropriately when speaking to a small or large group. For the learning outcomes, by the end of the lesson, pupils are able to give relevant ideas and opinions on the discussion topic. And the second learning outcomes is pupils are able to communicate and express feeling while using appropriate communication strategies. And the third one, students are able to make long sentences, enough for 2 sentences in speaking activity. The approach used was student-centered learning, and the moral values is respecting each other, cooperative, and encouragement. The multiple intelligence is linguistic, intrapersonal, and interpersonal. The 21st century skills is line-ups activity. The material used is LCD, projector, PowerPoint, marker, whiteboard, small roll paper, laptop, and vocabulary embedded in the lesson plan is dominates artificial urbanization, disaster disruption, and drainage. And for the first step, which is induction set, which is a 5-minute stage. The rationale is to enable pupils engage in the lesson by triggering their curiosity through guessing the picture. For the teacher's activities, the first step is teacher will greet good morning to the students, and teacher will start by asking questions, general questions about the topic, which is the first questions is, has your place ever experienced flood? And the second questions is, how you and your family doing preparation during the flood situation. The third questions will be how you're feeling impacted after seeing the flood victims. And the fourth questions is, what are the effect of flood? Continue with the teaching activities. The teacher will, after the student answer the question, the teacher will show the PowerPoint presentation with some latest info regarding a flood situation in Sabah. Teacher instruct student to look at the PowerPoint regarding the topic, and then teacher engage pupil emotion on how they're feeling after seeing the flood situation. For the learning activities, all pupils will greet teachers in return, and then pupils in readiness situation are ready to listen and respond to teachers. And the third one, pupils are focusing on the PowerPoint presentation. The fourth one, pupil respond to teacher on how they're feeling after seeing the flood situation through the PowerPoint slide. And material used is LCD, laptop, and PowerPoint slide. Uh, the multiple intelligence is linguistic, interpersonal, intrapersonal, and the cognitive domain is remembering. And I will pass the second step to Valerie.
Good evening to Miss Rachel and to all my fellow friends. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Valerie Chen, and I will go through step 2, which is presentation. The duration will take up only to 10 minutes. So for directional, this stage will introduce and will explain whole focus lesson topic for pupil knowledge and attention engagement. The content consists of 3 slides, which is the first slide will show the main topic along with the subtopic. Second slide will show the definition, and the last one is the causes and effect. For the teaching activity, teacher will show the PowerPoint presentation to make the instruction more attractive in order to engage pupils to pay attention when instruction session is started. Next, the teacher briefly introduce the definition of flood. After that, teacher will go through the subtopic lesson, which is causes of flood. Next, the teacher will continue to explain the effect of flood, and after that, teacher will ask the pupil if they have difficulties to understand the lesson just now, which is causes and effects of flood. And then the last one is teacher will end the lesson topic and tells them to be ready for the next activity. For the learning activity, people were expected to pay more attention to the lesson while the teacher is explaining to them about the definition of flood, the causes and effect of flood, and a pupil will respond to the teacher if they have any difficulties to understand the topic. And the last one is pupil are noticed to be ready for the next activity. For the instruction resources is the material used is LCD, laptop, and PowerPoint slide. For the multiple intelligence, it will be linguistic, interpersonal, and intrapersonal. The cognitive domain is lower order thinking skills, which is remembering and understanding. And the last one is moral value, which is respect each other, cooperative, and encouragement. And that's all from me. I will pass it.
Okay, um, I will present again for the step 3, the practice. The practice is each 20 minutes, where the 20 minutes is about where the pupils have to do the discussions with their other pupils, where teacher is giving them one topics to be discussed before they should go to the next stage of productions. So here you can see with a loud voice teachers giving an instruction to the people, build a group task, so the people is paying attention to the teacher instruction about forming a group member. It's all in this practice we know that it's all about the making a group cooperative with other peoples, among peoples. So what they are doing in that group. So you see they are doing about what activity they should propose regarding the requirement by their teachers. Their teacher is giving the question to be discussed before for the next activities. Here we show the teacher is very strictly is I'm sorry. We see the teacher is very strictly to handle the peoples in this case, where all members group tasks should participate the activity with nobody will self exclude from it. So we see the strictly of the teachers to make these activities practice is works very well. So the peoples are practicing to speak the answers verbally in silence way. Peoples are noticed there will be the one activity left after discussion end. It's just simple for this activity practice. They are only cooperative group among peoples. They are build group and doing a cooperative ones in that groups. Okay, a very good evening to the Miss Rachel as our lecturer subjects for this learning and teaching methodologies. So I'm here as Dawis Amon. I will present my stage. My stage for is the productions. This production is 15 minutes to follow up and end up these activities clearly. So we choose our group chose activities centered learning is the lines up activities. The lines up activities that we know and we have read carefully, and it is very entertaining to the learning peoples. So we see how the stage is how the activities is going on. So the firstly people will build a team group. So each team group has the 4 members. In the 4 members will make the straight line each by side to the side after they build a group. So after that I will explain briefly how this activity is going on. So after the group has the line straight line by side to the side, so the teacher is reaching for any groups, for any random groups, and pick 1 or 2 people to answer the questions. So the pick peoples must answer the question for the long sentence. They must speak in the long sentence, but not more 3 sentences. They will be 1 or 2 sentences long only to save our time for these activities. So while the people is giving his or her answers, the other will be listening. If the other people's listening that the answer is false or correct, so they must be classified by their lines. If the other people's listening the answer is correct, the line is stay in the positions in the line straight. They not move to each other. So if other people's listening the answers by the people's giving their answers, if their they have their, if the other peoples have their own opinion, that it is false answers. So the lines up will be separated each other to show they are disagree with the statement given by the peoples. So this stage will be continued by the teachers. On this will be continued from the stage 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8 and 9 for the group member, which it means the whole group will be involved in these activities. No one left, no one excluded from these activities. Okay, just for my presentations. Thank you.
For the closest step, teacher will wrap the lesson by asking few students to summarize what they have learned. That's all. Thank you.